brother. Yeah, what's your name?
My name's Aaron.
Aaron. Okay. All right, y'all. We got. Okay. Yeah. So where do you see yourself at on that sign? Oh, okay. So you. Okay. So you from the tribe of Judah. Have you ever heard that you were an Israelite? You've never heard that. Yeah. Where are you from?
Like New York. Like originally?
Yeah.
New York.
New York.
Sorry.
How long have you been here in Detroit?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. So have you ever saw in New York brothers on the corner teaching?
I wouldn't say teaching. I see brothers on the corner.
Well, you see brothers on the corner everywhere, but the thing is, so what we're out here doing is we're teaching our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans, that they are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
All right? And that actually means something because guess what? Now you have an identity to where you can actually trace your lineage back to the people of the book.
That's right.
Because before you were calling yourself African American or black, right?
That's right.
How far can you trace that back to? Or what can that go back to? Right. A couple centuries. But after that, it's black. Now let me ask you, why is that?
Because we got our history right now. What do you mean?
Right, we did, right?
New name, new history, new content. Because now I'm Mr. White, his slave.
Right, exactly.
I understand that.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you that you are an Israelite by curses that was placed upon God's chosen people. Now watch this. Give a book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and start at verse 15 again. Hey, excuse me, Yabi. Yep, do you see yourself on the sign? Okay.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the book of Deuteronomy, it was written to the Israelites. This is when they first came out of Egypt into the wilderness, and Moses got the commandments, and he said that these are the words that he spoke unto all Israel. So nobody else was with them, right? But read on. Read verse 15. Get 28:15.
Okay? 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So is a curse a good or a bad thing? Bad thing. So bad things were going to happen to these people if they do not hearken and do the commandments.
Right.
Read on.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Now, is everybody cursed in the city? Right, in any city. So in every city, is there a hood or a ghetto or a barrio?
Right.
Who makes up those people?
Who makes up those people? The impoverished, whoever they want to be.
Right, but what's their nationality? Yeah, what do they call?
Right now, obviously it's more statistically African American.
Well, I mean, look at the sign.
Judah.
Would you say that all those people on those signs make up being cursed in the city or the areas that they live in?
Right.
100%.
Right. So it says that we be cursed in the city. So bad things were going to happen to these people in the city, right? Gangs,
I get what you're saying.
drugs,
I see.
guns.
Not following the commandments is cursed.
Exactly. Not following the commandments there's a curse upon our people even till today.
That's right.
So my question is, if these are God's chosen people, how do we change that? Bruh, you want the money. You want the money. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Okay, right, so watch this. Right, so watch this. So you said to get from out of these conditions, we have to do what? Follow the commandments, right? So you're absolutely right. So just knowing that you're an Israelite, that's not doing anything for you, right? So you have to actually do something, right? Just read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
So now you know you're Israel, read.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord
Right, so you were right. We do have to keep the commandments. Do you know any commandments?
I was not properly translating for you. It's properly repeated.
Give me Leviticus, Exodus 20 and verse, what's that, 5? Right, so watch this. What's the day?
13? March 13th?
Now, like what day of the week is it?
Saturday.
Saturday. Saturday is the Sabbath, right?
Jewish culture.
Well, so what are we supposed to do on the Sabbath day?
Rest.
Right, I'm going to show you. Y'all read that.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So it says, remember the Sabbath day. Why does he have to say remember the Sabbath day? Because guess what? One day we will forget it.
That's right.
We would treat the Sabbath day like any other day. Buying and selling and cooking and doing all manner of work. But he says, remember the Sabbath day, read.
Verse 9, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So you got 6 days to work. 6 days to do everything that you got to do, read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Now give me Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31, I believe. Right, so on the Sabbath day, we're not supposed to work, we're not supposed to buy, we're not supposed to sell. Yeah, did you know that?
I didn't know it was Saturday for us.
Right.
Religion, no, I didn't know.
Right, so you said that that's Jewish culture, right? So, did you know that Jew is short for Judah? You said that you're from what tribe? So you would be the Jew.
That's right. That's right.
And when you look, huh? Well,
it's just how he's gotten translated through the years.
Well, no.
From Arabic to Hebrew.
No, because look at it like this. Because when you say Jewish, what does that mean? Yeah, when you put ish on the end of anything,
right.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Right.
If I say that your jacket is blue-ish,
Right.
Is it the real color blue or is it similar to blue?
It's just semantics. It's just vernacular. Whatever.
Okay, what about childish? So if I say that you are childish, does that mean that you're a child? No, it means that you're acting something like a child, right? So when somebody says Jewish, it means that they're not the real Jew. They're something sort of like, but not the real thing.
That's right.
So it's not semantics.
Right.
They're actually telling you who they are and what they're telling you.
Right.
But we've been conditioned not to even listen or to even really care about it. But give me Jeremiah 14:2. Right, so watch this. Because the Jewish people, what color are they? Yeah, what's their nationality? Or what's their ethnicity?
It could be Middle Eastern, it could be Caucasian.
Jewish.
I know what you're saying. Jewish, I mean, the major Jewish population is the land of Israel, or quote-unquote Palestine. They're what, a mile apart from each other. A Palestinian, you would call Middle Eastern. A Jewish person, you would call white. But they're a mile apart from each other.
Right.
They're quote-unquote homeland. So it's if you want to categorize Judaism as religion, or culture, ethnicity. But right now, the world government considers it all three. Considers it religion, ethnicity, or race.
Right.
So I don't know which one you want to talk about.
Well, I want to talk about the Caucasian side.
Caucasian, okay.
The Caucasian side. The ones that's calling themselves Jews, but they're not.
Right. Bring it up.
Yeah, read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2.
Bring it up.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So the Jews are in mourning, and their leadership is languishing. Read.
They are black.
They're what?
They are black unto the ground.
What color is the ground? If you were to dig in some soil, what color is soil?
Right.
Black or brown. So what color are the Jews?
Black or brown.
So the ones that are calling themselves Jewish, who are they?
Bring it out.
I'm going to show you. Give me Revelations. Right, so watch this.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
So he's talking about the real Jews here. He says he know their works, their tribulation. Because aren't we going through tribulation?
Right.
Isn't COVID-19 a tribulation?
Right.
It says, and our poverty. Aren't we impoverished? What about the people that are calling themselves Jewish? Are they impoverished? No, they're not.
That's right.
Right, so read on.
And I know the blasphemy.
Blasphemy is wicked lies, read.
Of them which say they are Jews.
Who's calling themselves the Jews? Is it us? No. But the people that are calling themselves Jewish, they're calling themselves Jews, right?
And are not.
It says that they're not the Jews. The people that are calling themselves the Jews are not the Jews, read.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Read that again.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Meaning they are the chief house of Satan.
That's right.
So the people that are calling themselves Jews or Jewish, they are the chief house of Satan.
That's right.
And that came from Christ's mouth. So do you understand now?
This tribe of Levi says Haitians.
Yes.
Haiti was a major slave port for when they were bringing West Africans, Bambada, and Wolof tribes. So it was populated by slaves being brought from West Africa.
Yes.
So how is it that it would be a tribe of Israel, the Haitians would be a tribe of Israel, if they were West African slaves?
Give me Luke chapter 21. So during 70 AD in Israel, the Romans persecuted the Jews, so they fled down into Africa. And they migrated. Actually, give me the book, Babylon from Timbuktu.
Babylon Timbuktu.
I got it in my, no, actually, I didn't bring it. Yeah, Babylon to Timbuktu. Yeah, because I want to show you the history. Yeah, but read that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
So Christ was warning the Jews during this time, when y'all see Rome compassed with armies, read.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
It says flee to the mountains. The closest mountain range there was in Egypt. Every time we went through any type of peril, we fled down into Egypt. Why? Because you can walk there. From Israel, you can walk down into Egypt. Read.
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Right, so Christ spoke about what happened during 70 AD. Now, this is the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. This was written by a scholar, and he's going to show you what actually happened during this time. The book From Babylon to Timbuktu. During the period of Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. So, do you see now how we got into Africa? So, they fled from Jerusalem down in Africa. So we had many major empires in Africa.
Right.
You had the Songhai Empire. You had right. There was a number of empires that we had, but during the time of early 1600s, that's when the slave trade started to happen.
Right.
And we migrated further south, and that's where we were picked up. So Levi, yes, there were natives to that part of the island of Haiti,
right.
But when they killed off so many of them, they had to repopulate that island with more black slaves.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed, but at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.